can see his body and his bum.
Zoos. I think Lifescouts is this really cool concept. Essentially what it is that people who are in the Boy Scouts, let's say as an example, get to go through their little badge collecting phase when they're kids. They get to say, hey, I can do woodworking. Hey, I can do bird watching. I can do whatever else they do, computer programming probably now in the Boy Scouts. But you don't really get to do that when you grow up and are a real person, because children don't matter. Now, the reason why I went to the zoo in the first place is all because of Alex Day. If you're not familiar with Alex Day, he is a YouTuber over in the UK. Very, very popular. He does a lot of music and other side projects. One of his side projects happens to be something called Lifescouts. I always feel strangely conflicted about zoos, because on the one hand, no matter how greatly it may be narrated by David Attenborough, it still doesn't take over the experience of seeing these animals just a few feet away from you, being able to take in their smells, being able to experience their presence. What I don't like about zoos is exactly what a zoo is. It's this kind of cramped space where I have to kind of try and waddle my way and push my way through crowds. You have to buy overpriced food when you go there. And then there's the fact that the animals, these majestic beasts of the wild, are cramped in these little tiny places. And that's not true for all of the animals. Some of them have a wider berth that they can do. But I mean, in the wild, an elephant's going to have miles upon miles of territory that it can tramp around in. And here we have just a little fenced-in area. I haven't been to the zoo here in my city for about 14 years. You see pictures every so often online of poorly managed zoos where you'll have lions and their ribs are showing and like they're just in awful conditions. No one's cleaning out their pens. Now that is not the case with my city's zoo. It's very well maintained. It has an emphasis on conservation. It also has an emphasis on being able to save the natural habitats for these animals. And I think that's what zoos really are able to offer to the world. Now, even though on my trip I got to see a lot of butts, I got to see a lot of sleeping, damn you red pandas, how dare they not entertain me? But I really enjoyed myself. I got to have a nice walk, the weather was really nice, I had a great time with friends who were there with me as well. I got to see whatever the hell this thing is. So, I had a good time. Don't support bad zoos. Support the really good zoos and report animal abuse if you see it, because I don't think in this day and age it should be even close to being acceptable. So, badge number 1. Oh, and if you want to kind of join in Lifescouts as well, there's going to be some links down in the description for you. Again, you don't really have to do much of anything. If you're on Tumblr, you can just kind of post it to your Tumblr and say, hey, I got this badge. You can, if you decide to, again, it's not, you don't have to, you can buy these little pins that you can, you know, collect and show off to people and gloat to them. Because that's what it's all about when you're grabbing badges. I got more than you. Bitch. That's not nice. But red pandas are cool. They're my favorite animal. That and platypuses. Platypi. Platypes. There's none there. Zoos. This one wasn't as life-threatening. Wait until you see me jump out of the plane here in a couple months. I'm not nervous at all.